do want to go over, I did it last week. I'm going to do this every Tuesday here in this spot on the Rich Eisen Show. Give you my top takeaways from the week that just ended in the National Football League. I did 4 last week. I got a 5th. I got a bonus one today. Okay? Here's first up. The lack of quality offensive line play was not just the New York Giants last night. We've seen it for 2 weeks now. And it has led to some dreadful quarterback play, and it has led to some dreadful offensive play. The 63 offensive touchdowns in week number 2 is the second fewest since 2008. And this is after a week in which after a week in which we saw the fewest offensive touchdowns scored since 2010 in an opening week in the NFL season. I've already told you I don't want my starters playing in preseason. And if I was an owner, I don't know what the answer is here. I'm hearing a lot of talk about the league needing to form a spring league. I remember the European League. It cost the league too much money in their mind, but at least that's where Kurt Warner got some reps. I mean, there has to be a spot for players to get some reps and get better. I don't understand what is happening here because the defensive linemen that we are seeing at the Combine every year are getting bigger, stronger, and faster, and the offensive linemen it's terrible. It's terrible. And you could see the offensive line play even if the Cowboys got steamrolled this week. So the backup quarterback play and some of the starting quarterback play in this league has been awful, and it looks terrible because the offensive lines are not cohesive enough. Lombardi's coming again on Wednesday. I'm sure he's got something to say on the subject. I say the league has got to do something about this, and so does the Players Association, because the product is not as much fun to watch. I'll be honest. Always shoot you straight here. Second point, Falcons are the best team in the NFC. Did not think that going into the season. Thought that there would be a hangover. But looking at the teams in terms of offense and defense, I know Beasley's hurt for a month with a torn hamstring. That's a bummer. But in terms of everything, quarterback, offensive play, I mean, Julio Jones could be the best receiver in the league for sure. Defensively, the youngsters are getting better. The Falcons are the best team in the NFC right now. If I was doing a power ranking, they'd be number 3 behind 2 AFC West teams.
Have you been reading my notes, Rich?
I have not. When are you putting your power rankings up?
Power rankings on the Rich Eisen Show app tomorrow.
Attaboy. Number 3, the best team in the American Football Conference are the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders fans, I know you won in Tennessee. Not nearly the same as ruining a banner raising in Foxborough when you're losing going into the fourth quarter. Come on. That is still your clubhouse leader for most impressive win of 2017, and I don't know who is going to knock that out of that clubhouse all year. And they've got 2 dynamic players, one in the backfield, one out wide, who are young and can run like deers in Hunt and Hill. And those are matchup nightmares. I don't know who's going to try and take them out. Maybe Denver can do to them what they did to Dallas. It's possible. But the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC right now, and they take on the Chargers this coming week. Can we flip-flop 0.5 and 4? I'm telling that to the Los Angeles Broadcasting Center for topic bar purposes, television term, to use the DP KO phrase from back in the day. Cowboys certainly don't look like the best team in the NFC, and they don't even look like the best team in the NFC East. How about them apples? Not even the 1 seed like last year. They could be not even the 1 seed in the NFC East right now. That belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles almost had as impressive a win in week 2 as the Chiefs had in week 1 had they pulled it off in Kansas City. But I like what the Eagles are playing. And the Cowboys, they were revealed. And, I mean, Jason Garrett did, when he was asked about Ezekiel Elliott's hands on hips moment and the interception where he didn't even go after Chris Harris, and he was all upset, I guess, from what was happening in the game. Said he's a great competitor, and I haven't spoken to him about it yet. I'll tell you what, if I was a coach, I'd sit him down on the plane ride home. That concerned me. So, next up for them is Tyrann Mathieu. And then here, I'm going to double, triple, and keep quadrupling down on this. Last point before we get to Tyrann Mathieu. Jay Cutler is going to win close games. And Jay Cutler has the most talented group of offensive players he's ever had. Ever. Jarvis Landry, catch machine. Dude, This dude may not even have single-digit catches in a single game this year. They may be double digits all year long. He is dynamic, and if he played in New York City, he'd get Odell Beckham-type praise and attention. Parker, Ajayi, Julius Thomas.
A lot of weapons, man.
I do like them. Jay Cutler smoking.
At the Jets this week.
2-0. And 0-3 respectively.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.